Hey, hello, and welcome. So, I am Laura. I am a Canva creator and a Canvassador. I go out there and I help small businesses to use Canva to navigate the amazing world of Canva, how to create graphics, your digital products, set up your branding. There's so much business owners can do in Canva, and that's what I'm here to help you with. It's not something that is going to come natural to most business owners because business owners, you are an expert in what you do in your business. You're not supposed to be a graphic designer. You're not supposed to be a uh, branding expert, all these other things that you are meant to do along with your business as well. Sometimes it doesn't come easy. So I'm here to make it easy, certain areas of your business, make sure things look amazing, professional, bright, bold, however you want it to be. Everything's cohesive and works well together. So that's what I am planning and I actually do. So I help people through various different ways. I have my membership, which has Canva trainings, courses, templates, downloads, social media content, guest expert training sessions, because like I said, we're not all experts in every area of our business, but we are in what we know. So I have lots of different guest expert sessions in there as well. I also have a YouTube channel which I help people with small things, small little tips and tricks and different things around Canva, so you know what you're doing. So if you need you want to try and work out how to use the transparency tool, or you want to know how to add images to your designs, check out my YouTube channel because it will all be on there. Courses as well. I create courses. Everybody learns in a different way, so I actually have courses as well. Most of these are in the membership, so it's the most cost effective way of learning from me. And as a Canva creator, I create templates for Canva. I actually have that amazing job to create the templates that you see in your Canva account. And as a Canvassador, I actually have Canvas backing to go out and run trainings like this, in-person events, online trainings, but any kind of training to help small businesses use Canva. So, what are we going to cover in today's session? What am I going to be talking to you about? First of all, I want to go through the magic media features. There are some fantastic magic media features in Canva, mostly pro, so you probably would need pro account. Um, there's a couple of accounts within Canva. You've got free, you've got pro. Free account, I always suggest start off with the free account, get used to Canva, work out what you want to do with it, work out where you want to be. And then if you think to yourself, actually, yeah, I could do with having my branding set up. I could do with having access to all of the different features, the templates, the images, all of the elements. Then you can upgrade to Canva Pro, which is about £100 a year. But try and stick with free for as long as possible because it is amazing what there is available in the free account. So what we're looking at is Magic Media. Like I mentioned, most of the Magic Media features are pro, but there are some fantastic ones, and they're all really based around image editing, doing different things to your images that you might not be able to do otherwise. I also want to have a quick look at Canva AI. Canva AI is an absolutely fantastic feature. It really is. I was going to drop in Dreamlabs here, but Canva AI has kind of taken over Dreamlabs now because you can generate images in Canva AI. So I want to talk to you about how we do that. And then Canva coding, Canva code for your business. It's a fantastic new one that was launched April 2025. So it was April this year at the Canva Create event that we had. And it's absolutely amazing Canva code. So it's fantastic for businesses. There's lots of different things you can create using Canva code that you can then put out there and people can use and see without you having to send emails back and forwards or create lots of forms and things. So I want to talk to you about how you can do that as well. Right, so first of all, Magic AI features. Magic AI. I love Magic AI. There are several different features here. They are all at the top of the screen when you're on your design, when you're on an image, because they're image based. So you click on your image, and at the top there's an edit section. And when you open that edit section on the left hand side, it will appear at the top. So you'll have a little scroll bar of all the magic features. There are several which I want to run through with you, just giving you a brief description of what they do, the name. So then when you go into a Canva account, you can click edit and you can see them and you know exactly what each one does. First of all, Magic Expand. Now, I really like Magic Expand. It can be a little hit or miss on some of the results that you get back, but like with all of the Canva AI features, they are experimental, they are new, so it will take a little bit of time. And if you ever have any feedback, Canva are always up for any feedback. Or if you have something that doesn't look right and you think that's not quite right, you can report it to Canva as well. Magic Expand. That's the first one. Now, I like this because when you're trying to put an image into a design, sometimes it doesn't fit right and you expand the image. You drag out the corners to make it bigger, or you try and expand the top to fill the space that you need it to go in because the image is the wrong size. Magic Expand eradicates that. It takes that issue away from you because what it actually does is you can create new pieces of image to go at the sides, the top, the bottom to expand the image without actually distorting the content in your image. So say you have a field of wildflowers and your image is not quite wide enough for the say it's a website banner, for example, you can use Magic Expand and it will regenerate pieces of image on either side of your existing image to fill in the gap. So it actually creates new image for you. So I really like Magic Expand. I think it's a really good one when, like I say, you've got an amazing image, but it doesn't fit. So rather than trying to drag it out or distorting your image, you can use Magic Expand to create new parts of the image. You can do it top, bottom, and the sides. There's various different options in there for you, but it works really, really well. Next, I want to talk to you about Magic Edit. These are all very simple, very small Canva AI features, but I think they are going to be very useful. Magic Edit will replace something with a new item. So you have an image and there's something in it. For example, it could be we'll stick with a wildflower theme, and there's a big tower, a pylon, and you want to replace it with a tree. You can use Magic Edit to highlight your pylon, and then it will bring up a text box, and then you can say, can you please create a big green apple tree, for example, and it will give you 4 different options, and you can choose one and it will replace it with whatever it is you've chosen. So this apple tree, for example. So you're getting rid of something you don't want, but you're replacing it with something you do want in your image. And it works really, really well. The next one I want to talk to you about is Magic Grab. This grabs an item within your image and it moves it. Now, I like Magic Grab, especially for business owners. If you're wanting to use a photo that represents your business and you want to add some text to it, photos with text on top look really effective. But if there's something in that photo that is blocking your text or just doesn't look right, it's in the wrong place, you want to get it out of the way, you want to move over to the side, for example, so you can then add your text into that image. You can use Magic Grab to do that. Canva will allow you to highlight the area that you want to move. So you highlight the item that you want to move out of the way, and then it detaches it from the image for you and makes it movable. You can delete it if you want to, but you can then move it within your image so that you then have the space to add in all the amazing text about your business, your services, and your products. The next one is Erase. Now, this is very similar to Magic Grab. As I mentioned, in Magic Grab, you can highlight your object and remove it, but you can also move it around your image. But with Magic Erase, it will highlight items that are in your image and then you can delete them. You can just take them off. and it regenerates the image underneath so that it looks seamless. You don't have black holes. I know sometimes I've tried to remove parts from an image and you end up with this weird blur. It doesn't do that. It actually regenerates the image underneath and you get to keep your amazing image, but you are able to remove items from it. And then the next one I want to talk to you about is actually grab text. Grab text is another one of my favorites because you have an image. We are starting with an image here that has text on it. So say you've got a poster. I've had this recently with a client. They had some posters created. The person who originally created them was no longer there, so they couldn't get hold of the original files, so they couldn't edit the content that was on these posters, but they wanted to reuse the posters. So we uploaded them into Canva. Basically, we just used magic grab text to take the text that's on the poster. So you're leaving all the content of the poster there, but you're just taking all of the text and turning it into editable text boxes. So they could then change the dates and the times on them and reuse their posters. So grab text is a really, really good one. It basically highlights all or just parts of the text. It's up to you what text you want to actually highlight. And then it turns it into an editable text box so you can then change it. Sometimes it will try and pick up areas that look a bit like text. So if you've got some lines on there, it'll try and pick them up as well. But you don't need to edit them. You can just leave them and it will leave them where they are. So you can just pick out the text that you actually want to change within this design. So that's all of the magic AI features. Now there is one more, but this is kind of separate on its own. In the top bar, there's edit, and next to it, there's BG remover. BG remover, who loves background remover? I think background remover is probably got to be in the top 2 or 3 most used Canva features ever. Background remover is amazing. It just seamlessly removes the background of your images, but also you can remove the background of your videos. It actually removes the background. So I love this. We have this design, this beautiful, bright, bold pink and purple design, and then we want to put this video in. But this video has housing estate in the background for, you could have a housing estate, or you could have shops, or it could have someone doing something silly in the background. And we don't really want that. We want to get rid of that background. We just want the object or the person or whatever it is that's the focal point in our post. So you use background remover and it will take all of that background out. You can then put your own background in, your text, your video, you've got everything there. Perfect. So there we go. They are all the magic AI features. At this point, if you wanted, I would say stop and go and check out one of those features now. Find one of them, have a go, see what you can do, create something amazing with them. So if you want, do stop at this point and you can go and do that. Next, I wanted to talk to you about Canva AI. I was going to drop in Dreamlabs here. Dreamlabs is fantastic and Magic Write, absolutely fantastic features, but they've kind of both been merged into Canva AI. I kind of say it's now similar to ChatGPT. It's not quite there where ChatGPT is, but you can still have a conversation with it. You can still get amazing content out of it. So Canva AI, it's on the main dashboard. If you click on the search bar that is on the main dashboard, there is a AI button at the top there. If you click on that, it then brings up a slightly different looking dashboard for you where you can then ask it questions. Now, I would suggest asking it questions like I have an example here, which I was writing for a talk. Being able to create a customer persona or an ideal client avatar for your business so that you can then create social content targeted to them. You can then create content for that specific person, which will hopefully bring you in more eyes, more sales for your business. So being able to use AI for things like this works really, really well. Now I've got this prompt of basically, it's a simple prompt and it is my business is, and then describe what your business is. Who do you help? What do you do? And then I've put, I have a, and then I've put, I have a course I would like to promote, so I want to generate sales from it, what the course does, who it's for, and then I've put, first of all, I need you to generate an ideal customer persona for a social media campaign targeting. And then I've put women in business who would find my course beneficial. So you can change things out, but basically, you need to tell it who you are, what your business is, exactly what you do, what you want to get out of this, which is a customer persona for social media campaign targeting, who you are targeting as well. And then I've added some other key points underneath. So I want it to give me their name and age, the platforms that they use, content types that they would engage with, different daily habits and time spent on social media, preferred tone of style of communication, would they prefer professional, casual, humor, that kind of thing. And I've asked it to create a list. So it will create me a list based on the prompt that I've put in. It has given me a name. It's given me Sarah, 35-year-old small business owner. She uses Instagram and LinkedIn to connect with her audience and find new resources for her business. She enjoys engaging with infographics that provide quick, digestible information and testimonials. Online habits, she spends 2 to 3 hours a day on social media. Communication styles, she prefers professional yet casual tone. So it's given me a lot of information about my particular customer persona or my ideal client avatar here. And then it also gave me some content ideas. So infographics, testimonials, reels, interactive content, behind the scenes posts. And it's given me a little bit of information about each one. Now, this is great because I gave it my business, what I do, what I want it to give me back, and how I want it to give it to me. It's given me all this information I can now use. So I said, this is great. Thank you. Very helpful. I would like 5 social media posts. So I've given it the number of posts I would like it to create, targeting this particular customer persona. And I want it to have these posts to help me sell my course. So it's given me 5 different posts that I can now take and use on my social media. I always say just check the content. Please do check the content because all AI platforms can get things wrong. So check your content, check it's spelt right. American versus UK English is different with certain words. So just make sure it's spelt right. You can actually ask it to create the posts using English, UK English, and it will do that for you. AI has a habit of adding lots of emojis in. You can ask it to take the emojis out as well, and it will rewrite the post for you without them. So it will do exactly as you ask, and it will keep regenerating content until you are 100% happy with how it looks, reads, and feels. It's got to feel like you as well. So make sure it does have that feel to it. It's in your own tone of voice. For me, it would be very simple, very informative, but with no big words. I don't do big words. So it's created me these 5 different pieces of content, which I love. So this is what Magic Write used to do. Magic Write, I used to say to it, can you please create me 5 social media posts? And it would create them for me, and that's it, end of. But with Canva AI, you can go back and forth and talk to it, ask questions, get it to change things for you, and that kind of thing. So that's where it's more in line with ChatGPT. So now I've got 5 different posts. It's numbered them, post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would like some graphics. Now, Dreamlabs creates images, so we can still use Dreamlabs. It's really, really awesome, but it creates images. So you can create your image. You can even ask Dreamlab to add in certain words and phrases, and it will add them into your image for you. But what Canva AI does is it creates posts. It creates graphics that you can then edit in Canva. So I've said to it now, thank you. Can you, this is great information. Can you please now create a graphic for post 1? So it's taken post one, which was ever feel like you're spending too much time creating content and not enough time running your business? Our Canva AI course is here to change that. Learn how to create stunning professional content in half the time. Say goodbye to late nights in front of the computer. So I would probably tweak that a bit to make sure it sounds like me before posting it. And it has created four different graphics. I picked one that I really liked. It said Master Canva AI together, same time, save time and create content within the graphic. It's used a pastel color palette, which I really liked. And I've picked that one. I can now use it within Canva and edit it if I want to. But actually, it works. It's taken the content of the post and it's used that content in the graphic. So it actually works. I don't really need to change it at all. And I've asked it to do that for all 5 of my posts. So at the end of that, it doesn't take very long to do. Once you've got your prompt written in, and it gives you your content. You can then tweak it to make sure it sounds right. It sounds like you, it's in your style of tone, and it's all spelt right and factually correct. Then ask it to create your graphics. And at the end of it, within a few minutes, you've got 5 different, or however many you want, social media posts and 5 different graphics. Well, you've actually got 20 different graphics that you can use, but I've just picked one for each of the posts because it generates 4 per prompt. So you actually have 20 you can now use. So that is a great way of using Canva AI. You can use it for many other things if you want general questions that you want to ask it. But I thought for business owners, we need to be more visible on social media, but we need to know who we are actually targeting to get those people into our world, for them to go, yes, I need you in my life. Yes, I need this product or whatever it is that you're promoting. To actually use that content, use Canva AI to target our ideal customer and then generate social content for them. So it doesn't take very long. I've kind of talked a lot of it through here, but when you're actually doing it, it's probably just a matter of minutes to actually achieve that. Right, so that is Canva AI. I'm going to stop there because I could talk all day about these topics. What I wanted to talk to you next about is Canva Code. Canva Code. Have you used Canva Code yet? Oh my God, I love Canva Code. When they launched Canva Code, I was like, what? Where's this come from? I had no idea it was coming. I knew Canva AI was about because I've been testing it and using it for several months, but I didn't know Canva Code was coming. It was amazing. So Canva Code, I think everyone got straight on Canva Code and were like, right, we need to try this out. What does it does? How does it work? What does it do? How does it create things? How is it going to be used? There were so many questions around what Canva Code can and can't do. Now, I've been playing with Canva Code for the last few weeks and I've discovered it is really, really awesome. It's great for interactive games if you're wanting to create quizzes. I've created a puppy dog factual game for kids where they can answer questions about puppies and then they get this fun certificate with confetti at the end once they get the answers right. You can create quizzes, games. I created a game the other week. It was like a bit like Snakes and Ladders, where you had to move up and down the board. It's all online. And then there were things that made you drop down and things that made you go up. And it was very much like I kind of wanted to recreate an online version of Snakes and Ladders. And I did that using Canva Code. A space one, I created a space game for children, more of a factual Filofax type of thing, where it show you the solar system and you could click on the individual planets and it would give you information about those planets in our solar system. So there's so many different things you can do. Canva Code, I think, is going to be pretty amazing for educational people, people who are in the educational world, teachers, that kind of thing. But I also think Canva Code is going to be really, really good for businesses. So once you get your head around what you can do with it, I think this is going to be really beneficial. One thing I did create was a sales page. It was like a pricing calculator, but information on it about different products. So I started off with just create a pricing calculator. I told it what my business is, I told it what my products are, how much they are, what the information is for each one, along with a title. So I gave it loads of information. Canva Code is desktop only. You can't do this on your mobile at the moment, but on the desktop, you can use Canva Code and you can put all this information into it. I even told it what colors I wanted it to use for the background. I wanted a pattern in the background. And then I said to it, I've got these core products. Then if somebody selects one of those products, it opens up smaller products. So say this is social media management and you have bolt-on products that you want people to be able to have the option to choose. So I asked it to then create some bolt-on products. So when someone chooses one of those main products and then they can choose one of the bolt-on products, then it opens up another box at the bottom, calculating the total that they would have to pay with all the information for the products that they have selected. Then they can hit, yes, I want to go for this. And it opened up an email box at the bottom where they can put their name, some information in, and then what it does is it sends an email to me. You can set it up so it will send an email to you with all of the information in that they've put in, their contact details, and the products that they have chosen. So you don't even need to go back and forwards with people. Say you've got several different tiers of products and different bolt-on things and stuff that people can choose, and it gets complicated, especially if you're going back and forwards with email or you're setting up different forms for things. Create one of these forms, one of these pricing calculators in Canva Code, and you can have it all work autonomously for you. And then at the end, it will send you an email. And you can then email them back and say, thank you for your information. Here's the contract. Here, here's whatever it is you need to go forward with your chosen products. So that was quite, I felt, a complex form as well, because it was bringing up different options as the person went through trialing it out. And then I thought to myself, how do I get this to me so that I can then contact the customer to say thank you for your order, or thank you for your interest. Here's the contract, whatever it is. How do we do that? So I actually worked out how you connect your email to it, or how you can get it to email you, the client, me, from the client, and it actually worked. And I really loved that. So I think it's going to be a really, really useful thing for small businesses to set up some automated things using Canva Code. And the most amazing thing about this is you don't even need to know how to code at all. It's been completely taken away. That whole part of having to learn how to use HTML or anything like that. You don't need to know it. You are basically asking Canva to do it for you. They are creating the code for you in the background and then generating these amazing websites. Basically, that's what they are, because you then go on to publish this and it will publish it as a website. So you can purchase domain names for websites in Canva, but to be honest, is there any point if you're creating something like this? It will say your name, lauragazal.mycanva site or something like that, but then you can change the end part to my business sales page, and it will change it for you. And then it will go live on the internet, and it is live there for people to use. You could use something like Bitly, for example, Bitly, where you can shorten links and make them your own. So you could put that link into something like Bitly and change it to a business name if you wanted to. But really, I think it will work very well as is. So that's it. That is, we've talked a lot about Magic Write. We've talked a lot about Canva AI, and we've talked a lot about Canva Code. Dreamlabs, we touched on very briefly. Dreamlabs creates images for you, and it's still there, and it will still create images for you. You get 4 images per prompt. So it's a bit like Midjourney in that respect, where Midjourney creates images for you. That's exactly what Dreamlabs does. But there's so much in Canva these days that is gonna really, really work well for you and your business that you have to go and try it out. Please do go and check out the Magic AI features. I'd love to see if you create something or remove something from one of your images using them. The text, for example, go and use the grab text feature. I love that. And if you create something in Canva code, I'd love to see it. I think it would be absolutely amazing, and I think you will love it. Discover it, love it, use it in your business. Right, that is it from me. I am going to leave it here because I feel like I've been talking for ages. I need to go and have a cup of tea. So I'm going to leave it here. Go out, enjoy, discover the amazing Canva features that there are in this awesome platform. And yeah, that's it. I'm Laura, Canva creator and Canvassador.